Okay, so in this tutorial, we're going to go over how to scrape leads and add to a group. If you want a more thorough, detailed tour of the software, then you can find that in the Prospectreach software training. So we're just going to be very specific in what we're doing now. So really quick, I want to explain what groups and contacts and how that works. Okay, contacts are simply what that is. These are individual contacts, right, that are really your leads, your prospects in the system. These are just individual, all right? But when you structure a campaign, you have to send to a group. A group is essentially a grouping of contacts. That's really what it is. So when you scrape a list, which I'll go over in a moment here, it's going to produce hundreds, maybe 1,000 plus contacts, right? You want to take all those scraped contacts and add to a group, all right? When you send a campaign, right, this is what the email sequences go out. You're sending this campaign to a group that is comprised of all of your contacts, okay? I know that's simple. This is a very simple app, but I just want to make sure we're all on the same page here. So let me just kind of go over how this looks in terms of your search. And keep in mind, too, that the way this system operates is that if you need to be mindful of searches that you make, because there's no way to reverse a search. If you search for something, keyword plus city, guess what? A credit will be deducted for that search. So make sure that you want to search for what you need, just so no credits are improperly wasted. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to put a keyword in here, and I will put in restaurants. And what's a city that I want to prospect? Restaurants. And I will do this in Greenville, South Carolina, just like so. And I'm going to hit search, okay? But if you notice here, this is a good learning opportunity. It says, do you want to repeat this search? You last did this search on this date. So it will tell you if you've done this already, but I deleted this. So that's why you don't see it in my list. So I do want to search that. I'm going to hit yes. It says wait a few minutes while we're digging for your leads there. So if you see here, there is the list. It usually takes a few minutes, but because I've done this historically, then it's populating here. So here's what I can do. I can go and look at all of the list here that will populate the individual contacts for this particular list here. And you can see that. I'm able to download it, which if you see these data points here, whenever you download the Excel or CSV, there's more data points on these particular businesses. So I'm going to go back to my lead section, and for the sake of what we're doing here, I'm going to import these leads into a group, and you'll see this button here that says import. You'll also notice that leads that have already been added to a group it says imported, right? So I go here, I can add them to an existing group, or I can create a new one. So I'm going to create a new group. I'm going to call this Greenville Restaurants, and I'm going to hit save just like so. And what the system is doing is adding these leads to this group. So now you'll see that the button says imported. So where do I find these at? Well, you see inside of groups, if I go down to where it says Greenville Restaurants, there's 285 restaurants here that are ready to run a campaign to. So that is how the lead to group functionality works.